The cars accelerate up, dear lead. The green flag is ready, the green lights are ready, and round 2 of the British GT Championship is go at Oulton Park as they blast over the line. Dan Harper in the purple BMW looking for a gap on the inside. Maxi Goetz likewise in the blue Mercedes AMG. They dive through Old Hall corner. 1, 2, 3 of them run a little bit wide, finding all the puddles and not much traction on the outside. Mitchell leads Gamble. 3rd, it is Phil Keane. 4th is Ricky Collard. 5th, Adam Smalley, and Callum McLeod 6th with Alex Buncombe on the outside.
Yeah, look clean. There's a little bit of side-to-side contact, McLeod and Buncombe, but they've sorted themselves out. All the GT3s through cleanly. The GT4s also look like they've got away with everything. Gamble on the attack straight away round Island Bend. Bit of a break here into Shell, all the way down to 2nd gear, running the high line. Gamble there in the McLaren trying to get it in. Phil Keane, though, getting a sniff of it. That's always the problem when you're the attacker, but you've also got someone behind. You can sometimes over-focus on that, but look, not much spray in this first chicane. The switched-on drivers will already be thinking about that tyre, looking after element you said about a little bit of...
Safety car procedure, single file safety car procedure.
And that's drama at Old Hall corner that has triggered the safety car. Sai Sanjay is off the road, I think.
Big damage on the rear right of that McLaren. You can see how it's sat. That has pinged off the barrier. Look at the tyre marks all the way across the grass. So this is what we saw at the start. You can see Plowman in the middle of Clutton and McLeod. Gets past Clutton, then McLeod gets a little bit at the back of Smalley, which then makes him run wide. Plowman going to get traction. Then look at that, Robertson. Did he get help from the Ginetta there? Hard to say. Spinning across, avoiding action. The McLaren, the Race Lab one first. Then Albert gets hit by the Mustang. It was all concertina of Robertson spinning across the track. I don't know if he was helped or not, is the hard bit to say there. Matt Nichol-Jones, car owner, team owner and driver. When it goes wrong as all 3 of those job roles, it's not going to be a good weekend, is it?
Everybody now bunches up. Sandy Mitchell will decide when to accelerate away, which is now coming into Lodge Corner, and he will try and get a break over Tom Gamble, and he's done so by a length and a bit. I would offer you as he comes up towards the line with now for 3rd place Phil Keane coming under attack from Ricky Collard as they dive down towards Old Hall. Ricky not able to do a send up the inside there, wasn't quite close enough. You've got Callum McLeod 5th and Adam Smalley in 6th. As once more we go racing.
Really, really good restart by Collard there in that 4th place car. A little bit too much curb there. You can see how unsettled that was there, all streaming through. Maxi Goetz on the back of Johnny Adam there. Not used to seeing drivers like those two and Marcello in front of them so far back. Competitive is this field, British GT. A single element that isn't right, you're not going to be challenging for a win, and I think that's what those guys are experiencing. Super dry line on the exit of Island there. You can actually see the dry part of the tarmac starting to come through. I think we've got a chance where we're going to see some pretty wacky lines. People looking to get their outside tyres on the driest bit of tarmac. It almost doesn't matter where that tarmac is. If it's drier, it is faster, and you just need your outside tyres there. And that is going to be, I think, the name of the game for the next part of this pro stint we're watching.
BMW versus Mercedes. But the road is drying fast to the eye.
Yeah, it really is. You can see the cars starting to look for the wetter parts of the track now on the straights, as we see Harper there down the inside of Neary. Who's going to get the better drive? Looks like Neary's got momentum. Harper's got the inside, though, coming into turn number 1. Who's going to blink first? I think there's a chance they're going to run side by side all the way through here. Neary won't give in, which he then does, which is nice. Tucks in, and off he goes. But he's done it for tactical reasons to get the switchback. Very clever driving from Sam Neary all the way down the avenue. Now again on the outside, though, for Cascades. What's he going to do? Try and send it all the way around the outside. Is Harper going to ease him out? Very fair driving. Big wobble. Takes a track limit warning for that one, Sam Neary, but super smart. Really smart there at turn 1. Did the exact opposite to what I thought he would, and it paid off.
And they're not done yet, because Dan Harper wants the place back then, the BMW. And who says these cars are too wide for Oulton Park? He was like a rolling start for 3 or 4 corners. That great racing, Sam Neary, who gets better every season, moves ahead of the reigning champion, Dan Harper. That BMW looks to be struggling for pace a little bit. As further back, you can see for 10th and 11th, in the Aston Martin, Seb Morris goes by to lead the class, and now look, the Aston lines up for a move on the inside. Will Oulton breaks as late as he dares, going down towards Old Hall corner, gets the grip on the inside, gets the place, or does he? Look, Hopkinson on the outside is run wide up the curb, but does have to slot in behind.
You see how wet that exit curb is there. I think it just cost him a little bit of traction potentially. See the Mustang, the BMW and the Lotus all fighting here all the way around the outside for Gordy. Much too much outside. You could just see the BMW was suggesting that is what was going to happen, and he ran him out of road to fight another day. Look how dirty that windscreen is. We're getting to that awful stage where there's no water to use to clean the windscreen. I know the Lamborghinis actually have a wash system to be able to clean it. Is he going to go all the way around the outside? No way. Is he got the grip? Has he got the traction? Luckily I got that one right, but he's got a face full of mud there. You can see, I can't see barely anything into the sunlight. Yeah, Marcello now the inside of Clutton. Clutton giving him the hip and shoulder, letting him know he's not going to back down easy. Is he going to do the near? Is he going to back it back in, try and get the run? There's just so much speed off that mid-corner. Clutton does get a good exit, a bit of mud, just trying to widen the track for Jonathan Palmer, the owner of Oulton Park, but it looks like that is job done.
And then 47 of Will Oulton. So this is third, fourth, fifth in GT4. And Tom Holland trying to squeeze alongside as they come over the timing line. He's on the outside line for Old Hall Corner. The Ginetta will break late, but the McLaren on the tighter line takes the place back. Tom Holland finds that wet, friction-free curb on the outside, slides wide, and up the inside, Will Oulton in the Aston Martin goes through, gains the place, goes through up into fourth in class. Great battle this in GT4.
I can't see any other GT3s coming in as we see Rowledge. I think that is just having a little spin potentially.
Johnny Adam, isn't it?
Sorry, yeah, Johnny Adam, the 86, you're right. Has he got an issue? Can he get going? It looks like he's had a spin to me purely on the grass. Let's have a look.
He's given a bit of help, wasn't he? He's got Maxi Gertz behind him, and as they come through the corner, Maxi possibly got into the tail because bodywork flies. It looks like there was contact.
Definitely. I mean, the splitter and diffuser hit, and it's quite hard to see the bumpers, but that looked like he pushed him and then carried on pushing him all the way round. I think that will be a drive-through penalty.
Now, into the pits comes the race leader. So Sandy Mitchell is in, and I suspect there'll be a whole load of cars following suit. Yes, there are. Look out of the window, and the pit lane's getting busy. But Lewis Plato's 22 BMW, now Carl Cavers at the wheel, has caused a blockage, and 29 can't go anywhere.
It's blocked his own teammate in. It's the problem of being the end of the pit lane. You get everyone in the fast lane that have priority over you. I think there the car controller's got to be talking to the driver and say, it's busy, I need you to try and merge.
Chris Buncombe, number 2 McLaren, fastest lap of the race, contact at Old Hall Corner as he dives up the inside of Mike Price. But that McLaren was coming through. Now John Ferguson tries to find a way past him as they go down towards Denton's. Chris Buncombe a little bit delayed by Mike Price getting in the way, and Mike Price has got damage. He was up the curb. The line is wrong coming into Cascade, so I rather fear that brush between the McLaren and the Mercedes has done for Mike Price. But Chris Buncombe then was the quickest man on the circuit. Now Andrew Howard is the quickest man, a 1:41.006. If you wanted proof that slicks is now the absolute only way to go, here it is on the timing screen. Full course yellow has been called for. That means somebody's off the road somewhere in an awkward place, or there's debris on the road that needs attending to.
But that's a huge amount of damage on the front of that.
Yes.
You can see the front missing the whole bonnet. You can see the barrier on the left-hand side, but very late off. You can see the gravel trap that's been installed actually. First year Oulton Park has had a gravel trap at turn number 1. Looks like Josh is out of the car and okay, which is the main thing.
We have number 77 that's come to a halt. So number 77, Morgan Tilbrook, has ground to a halt out by the side of the road, and lots of smoke coming out of the back of it.
Can't see anything out of the ordinary. Look at it, the radiator starting to go. My guess there would be something's gone through the radiator, a stone, a bolt, and it's then just started to go. The team will be seeing the water pressure dropping, water temperature rising, and that will just be turned off. There's no sort of safety measures, so the car won't have turned itself off like a road car or even some of the GT4s would, but I think the team have advised him, you need to knock that off.
Although the lights will go out at turn 13, I don't think that car is going to get across the timing line in 23 seconds now. We're done. We've got an order. So we've tried hard in race control, but the clock's going to beat us, and so they will come across the line to take the checkered flag, not a green.
Yeah, green-white checker, isn't it, in the States, I think. That, yeah, safety car lights are off, but there's no chance we're getting round here. We're going to be about 30 seconds short, I think, of a very spectacular flying lap of Oulton Park with all of these cars. So I think there'll be a lot of actually disheartened drivers. You get so pumped up adrenaline-wise to go, and then you're going to have a bit of a flat crescendo. But great restart from Martin to take the checkered flag.
Well, absolutely. And of course, if anybody makes a mistake and goes off at Lodge Corner, that would change the order. Alex Martin does not want to do that, and he is safe up Deer Leap. So it's going to be a double for Barwell, because Sandy Mitchell and Alex Martin are going to win at Oulton Park. Checkered flag is waved. Mark Radcliffe and Tom Gamble come home in second, and now there is delight at Barwell. A win in both races and a win for each car. So that's rather shares it amongst them, doesn't it? Ian Loggy and Phil Keane third, Sean Balfe and Adam Smalley fourth, the Collards fifth, the Buncombe sixth, Ferguson and Marcello take seventh, and delight for Stuart Parker and Seb Morris. They've won GT4. So let's have a look at the results then of a rather frustrating race. Alex Martin and Sandy Mitchell taking the win from Mark Radcliffe and Tom Gamble. Ian Loggy and Phil Keane finishing third. Fourth, Adam Smalley and Sean Balfe, with the top six rounded out by the Collards, and the Buncombe seventh to Raffaele Marcello and John Ferguson. The Nearys were eighth, Mike Price and Callum McLeod ninth, Kevin Say and Maxi Goetz finishing in 10th spot. In GT4, it was a win for Charles Dawson and Seb Morris for Team Parker Racing, ahead of Mark Warren and Will Oulton, and then Mikey Porter and Jamie Day, winners of race 1, third in race 2. Fourth in GT4, Zach Meakin and Jack Brown, ahead of Luca Hopkinson and Harry George, and then Marco Signoretti and Eric Evans next in the surviving Academy Motorsport Ford Mustang.